Hey guys, welcome back to the magical world of Bookwarts. My name is Renuka and welcome back to yet another bookish video. As it is evident from the title and the thumbnail, this is a wrap-up video for the month of October and November. Honestly, I did not get time to shoot a wrap-up video in the month of November for October. Also, I did not have a lot of books to talk about, so this video will be dedicated to all the English books that I read and listened to in the month of October and November, and I'll be filming a separate video for Marathi books, so stay tuned for that if you are a Marathi book reader. And now, without any further ado, let's get into the video. The first book that I need to talk about is Love Story by Eric Segal. This is a very short read. The copy I have is by Hoda Publications, but if you have watched my Log the Box Book Fair book haul, this was a part of that entire purchase. I have got a huge collection of books from that book fair, which was quite amazing. This is a story of Oliver and Jennifer who meet, fall in love, get married and plan a beautiful life for themselves. There is only one twist towards the end of the story, but the twist is talked about in the very first line of the novel. So I did not find anything very extraordinary or out of the box about this. It is a very normal, common, straightforward sort of a love story that proceeds in a linear manner. So do I recommend it? Not to a person like me who does not enjoy romance or romance novels or love stories a lot, but if you're a love story lover or romance novel lover, then you can definitely go for it. It is not bad, but it is not extraordinarily good. That's my verdict about it. The second book on the list is Princess by Jean Sasson. This copy is by Bantam Books and I had purchased it a lot of years ago from Crossword Pune. And this is a story of Princess Sultana written by Jean Sasson. So this is a biography written in an autobiographical sort of a way. That is, it is written from the first person perspective. So it feels as though Princess Sultana is herself narrating her story. Though her real name is hidden for obvious reasons, they call her Sultana. And this is a story of a fierce, brave princess of Saudi Arabia who went against a lot of things, who went against the flow to achieve whatever she wanted to. But this is not only the story of Sultana, this is the story of all the women around her, her sisters, her friends, from the royal family as well as the women from the common families. Some incidents in this book are so gruesome and so unbelievable, so unbelievably cruel that I wasn't able to breathe while I was reading about them. This is not about any religion or any country or any community. It is about one human being's perspective towards others, how you view the other person. Do you assume superiority over the other gender, and do you assume superiority of your gender over the other? That's the question. And do you respect the other human being as a human being or as an individual? That is the question. I thank God on daily basis for giving me the freedom that I can enjoy. And if you have a habit of finding faults in anything and everything in your life without any reason, please read Princess for once and you'll start thanking God for giving you the life that He has given you. Highly recommended. Princess by Jean Sasson. Let us move on to audiobooks, and the first audiobook on the list is My Dad's a Policeman, written by Kathy Glass and narrated by Danica Fermi. This is the story of Ryan, a 12-year-old boy who is sent to a foster home and his younger brother is sent to a different foster home because their mother is a drug addict and an alcoholic. He wants to run away from that foster home and return to his mother and his brother. He has a strong belief that his dad is a policeman. However, he has never met his dad. He has never seen him. He does not know who he is. But that belief of Ryan is very strong, and that is the very title of the novel. Though it is a very short read, over 2 or 2.5 hours long, it explores the psychology of a child on a very deep level. For children, some beliefs are very strong and they do not want to explore the reasons behind that, and that is precisely what the adults need to learn from children. Every belief does not need to have a reason. Some beliefs can exist without a reason. We can believe in a few things because we want to, and that is what children do very easily. That is the reason you need to listen to this book, and that is the reason I highly recommend My Dad's a Policeman by Kathy Glass. The next audiobook on the list is Thug the Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, narrated by Bahani Turpin. This is the story of Star, who is a black American teenager, and she sees her own best friend being shot dead in front of her eyes. She wants to stand up for this friend of hers, but she has a lot of restrictions. And her friend is shot down based upon a silly suspicion that he's a drug dealer just because he's a black man living in the United States of America. A few years ago, she had seen her another best friend being shot dead at the age of 10. When she was 10 and her friend Natasha too was 10 years old, she was just a child and she was shot down for no reason just because she was a black girl. Black American girl. Now, should Star, our protagonist, stand up for her friend? And if she does that, there is a threat to her family. But if she doesn't do that, she is being unfaithful to her friend. That is the debate, and that is the debate, and that is the feeling that she is battling with, and she's torn between the two things, two options. She is in deep dilemma. Will she stand up for Khalil or will she give up? That's the thing that we need to find out. But this book gives a strong message that you do not have a right to judge anyone based upon their color, race, caste, religion, and even if you judge them, you do not have a right to harm anyone based upon your silly beliefs and silly suspicions. Highly recommended, The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. Please listen to it on Story. The next book on the list is My Dark Vanessa, written by Kate Elizabeth Russell, narrated by Grace Cummer. This is a story of a 15-year-old girl, Vanessa, and her love affair with her 42 or 43-year-old professor, Dr. Jacob Street. He is her English professor at her new school, and she starts falling for him and they end up together. Yes, the topic is very controversial. The theme is problematic. It also has a reference of Lolita, which too is a story of a pedophile. I haven't read it, but I know the basic plot of that novel. Though the theme is very problematic, though the book is extremely controversial, you need to read it for its writing style, for its descriptions. The way Kate Elizabeth Russell has crafted this entire book, it is very beautiful. Apart from that, the narration of Grace Cummer, the very voice of the narrator, is very engaging. It keeps you hooked to the book till the very end. However, if you do not enjoy descriptive books, it might not be for you. But if you are like me, who enjoys a lot of descriptions, then this book is your heaven and you need to go for it. Apart from that, this book made me think in detail. If you look at the plot of the book, on the surface level, on a superficial level, you might feel that Vanessa is the victim and Dr. Jacob Strain is a predator. But once you complete reading the book, it makes you think. You might blame me for this thought of mine, but I think that Vanessa was as wrong as Dr. Strain, because she knew what she's doing is wrong. It might cause problems, it would cause problems, and she still did what she did. She was not young enough to not notice that what she was doing was wrong. And ultimately, at the end of the day, Dr. Strain was the one who suffered more than her. It costed him a lot. If you have read the book, you know what I am saying. Do let me know your opinions, and if you haven't read it or listened to it, please go for it. However, I would like to give a disclaimer that if you are not 18 plus, then do not go for it. It might mess up the things in your brain, but if you are 18 plus, please go for it and do state your opinions in the comment section. I'll be waiting for it. The next and the last audiobook on the list is Monsoon Memories, written by Renuka De Silva and narrated by Aisha Kala. I think Aisha Kala is the same person who has narrated The Midnight Rose and Storytell, and her narration is amazing. This is a story of Shireen, who is living a very good, peaceful life with her husband. I think in England or in the US, I'm not very sure, but most probably it has to be England. But she is not in contact with her family who lives in India. One of the children, a little girl in her family whose name is Reena, she discovers a photograph of this long lost aunt in one of the old photo albums in her grandparents' house, and she decides to unveil the mystery behind this long lost aunt of hers. There is one incident in Shireen's past that still haunts her, and it is directly connected with her family severing the ties with her. Why is she not in contact with her family, and what is waiting for Reena in the future. That's what you need to find about. But again, the writing style of the author is beautiful. I'm soon going to buy a physical copy of this book. It is very, very engaging. I was hooked to the book till the very end, and it is not very short. It's quite a long book, but still, even though I was hooked to it till the very end, not once did I feel bored with it. That's how engaging it is. So if you have not listened to it or read it, you need to listen to it on Storytel. For the writing style of the author, also for the narration of Aisha Kala. It's beautiful, highly recommended. Monsoon Memories by Renuka De Silva on Storytel. So yeah, that's it. That was my video for today, and that's all the books that I have read and listened to in the month of October and November. Do let me know down in the comment section what are the books that you have read in the last 2 months, and do you have any recommendations for me? If yes, then please put them down in the comment section. Thank you for watching the video till the end, and you know the drill. Please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and help me spread a lot of bookish love.